Saw that with his really good dashing run in the PB Lawrence Stakes. He had his chance in the Memsie and I just felt he couldn't close it off. It is a big ask for him in this company.
And J-Mac, an opportunity for us to have a look at Francesco Guardi, who you won a Moonee Valley Cup on.
Yeah, he's a beautiful horse. He looks extremely well in the parade as well, but he's going to excel when he gets over 2,000 plus. You'll remember he's on a Melbourne Cup preparation, but he's got a beautiful gate here. He'll posse up and the horse is flying. He's got a great record at Melbourne. He should be almost unbeaten. He's been there twice and he put in a phenomenal performance in the Moonee Valley Cup.
Osipenko, who Mark Zara's riding, who's got such a good record in the race. Palantino, Fierce Impact and On Thunderstruck, 3 of his Group 1s in this.
And you can't underestimate the Chris Waller team, can you? Mark Zara doing the riding, such an experienced jockey. He hasn't been far away this campaign in 2 Group 1s, and stepping up to the 1600 will most definitely suit.
And Chris Waller also, J-Mac, has Princess Grace. She gets her chance today.
Yeah, she certainly does, and it'll be interesting to see what Blake does from gate 7, whether he rolls forward or just goes back, but she's in great form, this mare. I think she'll really enjoy the upgrade of track. I think she's been racing in America in her last career and before she come to Chris Waller, so I think the good 3 will really suit her, especially running on hard tracks there in America.
Yeah, so the Makybe Diva Stakes is the Makybe Diva Stakes. So the 76th running of it, but it's been going for 10 years as a Group 1, and Chris Waller won the first edition with Forteller, with Craig Newitt in the saddle. Mick Price and Michael Kent have had a couple of wins with Grunt and On Thunderstruck. Mark Zara and Damien Oliver have had 2 wins and Mark's had 3, so 5 wins between the 2 of them. You add in Damien Lane, so as a Group 1, these WA-born jockeys have had a wonderful record in it. Who are you with, them?
I couldn't go away from Mr. Brightside. He's the obvious pick. I know he doesn't have the strongest Flemington record, but he had to go on top for me. Alligator Blood, I can see why people would be keen on him too. He's racing really well, and I know he'll come on from that run. So it's those top 2 for me, Mr. Brightside and on top.
Market mover days?
Well, on a day where a few favourites have gone down, Richo, the PointsBet punters still piling into Mr. Brightside. That will be your market mover from $1.82 only moments ago into $1.80. So the money continues to come. Mr. Brightside, your market mover for the big one.
Bruce, for mine, he just about picks himself because you just know that you can trust him implicitly at the mile. He's won 9 of 13 at the mile, and I think they're going to keep him as a miler. I'm not convinced he'll have a crack at the Cox Plate. He'll go to the King Charles next. He's also got the Champions Mile here at Flemington and then the Champions Mile in Hong Kong in his sights, Mr. Brightside.
No, I agree with you, Richard. I mean, he's won 2 Doncasters and an All-Star Mile. I mean, it says it all, doesn't it? As you say, 9 out of 13. I do feel like the price is too short considering Alligator Blood and Princess Grace, I think, aren't far away in this race, particularly Alligator Blood.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Alligator Blood, he loves Flemington, and looking at his record at the track and the trip, he's had the 3 goes for 2 wins and a second. So I really am thinking that Alligator Blood will be the huge improver here. But I take James's point with Princess Grace, looking at her firm track over back when she was racing the USA. She's had 12 goes on a firm track for 6 wins and 5 minor placings. So she will really, really like this track upgrade.
What do you think, James? How tactical will this be? Ollie said he's going to sort of have a look when he comes out of the barrier on Alligator Blood.
Yeah, I think he'll just take it up. I think he'll take bull by the horns and roll along at a good tempo. He knows he's on a pretty good horse here, and he loves the track and distance. Brightside will sit on his hammer. It'll be interesting to see what Blake Shin does from a wide gate, whether he goes forward. Craig Williams will be hoping he doesn't, and he can pop off outside Alligator Blood. But I think we'll see a great clash between the two old boys here.
I do. So, Richo, I'm with Bright. So, one thing, Richo, I reckon is interesting here. Can Osipenko jump up and be the fresh blood? Now that Anamo's gone, we don't have that younger weight for age horse. So, we just saw 2 old boys here. We've got 2 pretty old boys in Melbourne, haven't we? So, is this Osipenko's chance, Richo, to jump up a bit?
And the other aspect to that, and Mac, you know that better than anyone, when Chris Wallace sets a grand final, and he declared the Makybe Diva as his horse's grand final really early on, so that gives him a big chance for mine.
And Chris Waller's the best in the business at prepping a horse for a race, and Osipenko's been down there for a reason. He ran terrific last start, but he's got to lift a little bit, but it's his time to shine here.
Yeah, and he's an entire son of Piero, so much up for grabs for him here to be able to win a Group 1. Like Grunt was able to do, like Palantino and Dissident, and then they went to studs. So much up for grabs here. This is going to be a ripper, the Makybe Diva.
Named after the great Makybe Diva for PFD Food Services as Princess Grace, the attendant's latch arms. And she's about to take the outside gate of 7. Princess Grace goes in, and they're locked away. Set at the 1600 metres. Group 1 contest, they're ready. Holds them momentarily, and they're racing. Mr. Brightside from barrier number 2 broke away well with also Alligator Blood. Princess Grace just moves up to their girth, and then came Ozopenko. They feel their way early here. It's tactical. Alligator Blood is going to cross and take the lead from Princess Grace. Then came Ozopenko, and Mr. Brightside is going to lob. Now third one off the fence outside of Ozopenko. They didn't go that hard early. Then Francesco Gardi, Agon is second last, and Spanish Mission last of all. 1100 metres to go. The leader is Alligator Blood by 3/4 of a length. Princess Grace, a length and a half. Mr. Brightside third from Ozopenko, a length Francesco Gardi at the 1000. Then came Agon and Spanish Mission. Alligator Blood's had it soft up front at the 900 metres. 3/4 of a length to Princess Grace, a length and a half to Mr. Brightside. Ozopenko racing together, a length and a half. Francesco Gardi, Agon and Spanish Mission. That's the order in the Group 1 at the 700 metres. It's Alligator Blood, Damien Oliver looking to win the race for the 6th time. Princess Grace just getting a bit closer now. Mr. Brightside's a length and a half off those from Ozopenko. Francesco Gardi 3 deep, and then came Agon Spanish Mission around the turn at the 450, and it's Alligator Blood held together. Princess Grace not far away, a neck away. Mr. Brightside tanking up a length away. It's the race we wanted. 300 to go. Alligator Blood lets down now. Mr. Brightside, Williams hasn't moved. Alligator Blood joined by Mr. Brightside, who lets rip at the 150. Mr. Brightside 3/4 a length. Alligator Blood and comes clear. Mr. Brightside, a mile marvel. What a performance. Won it by a length and a half. Alligator Blood, Ozopenko, and then came Princess Grace. Next to finish in the contest was Francesco Gardi. Then came Agon and Spanish Mission.
Well, you've got to be happy with that. He's the best miler in the country. He's one of the best milers we've seen in a long, long time, this bloke. He's won now 10 out of 14 at the mile, but they're big wins. He gets a 4th Group 1, and Katie, he was outstanding.
Oh, he certainly was, and look at his tongue flapping out there. He loved every moment of that, and he's just such an honest horse. He puts himself in the best spot. Craig Williams gave him a gun ride. He knew what he had underneath him. He didn't go for him until at least a furlong there, and he went straight past Alligator Blood.
Yeah, he's done it easily, hasn't he? And he's definitely got the mental piece of the best miler in the country after that performance. He was phenomenal. Thought Alligator Blood stuck on gamely, and I couldn't help but to see Francesco Gardi making really good ground up after a slowly run race.
So he's a horse with the green and black stripes on the outside. He was outstanding. Good 3-track, worries me slightly. I hope he pulls up really well. Ozopenko was good. I think he gets a tick today. But the top two, well, Mr. Brightside put a space on all of them, and Alligator Blood has run oh so well. Emily, it was a fantastic race, but he was quite dominant, wasn't he?
It was clinical, wasn't it? And a beautiful ride, beautiful, calm, collected ride, and a tactical affair by Craig Williams. You've just got to love Mr. Brightside. Look at him, his ears are pricked. He's just so honest, so genuine, loves being a racehorse, and I think he's really getting the credit he deserves now this campaign. And with these 3 wins in a row, the 2 Group 1s, and isn't it awesome for Team Hayes as well to have got another Group 1 win? Richo, we'll get to you. You're the very excited connections.
The Hayes boys, the Hayes boys have done it again, mate. This guy is just a marvel. He's a bona fide champ.
No, he is, and that was just a 12 out of 10 ride by Craig. It just worked out perfectly. He's enjoying a preparation where he's really gone to another level, and I was just so stoked and humbled to have a horse like him. It's just full credit to the horse. He's just unbelievable.
And the tempo just dropped out of that race. Were you concerned that you were giving Alligator Blood a bit of a head start with some pretty soft sectionals?
You're always concerned when a horse of Alligator Blood's calibre is in front of you. He's a hard horse to get past. But this horse, he's just got such a good turn of foot, and he ambled up to him and put him away. And he's just a credit to everyone at Lindsay Park that works so hard, and he's just been our flag bearer for a few years yet, and hopefully a few more seasons to come.
A son of Bull Bars who's doing what Better Loosen Up did for your dad. He's doing it for you guys. What's next? Do we go to Sydney and tackle the big Group 1 there?
Yeah, we'll see how he pulls up, but a month between runs to the King Charles certainly looks appetising with a little bit of money there available. So he's very good in Sydney at the mile. He's in form, so why not?
Incredible, and all these owners, they've made it really special, haven't they? How much they love it.
They certainly are having a wonderful ride, and I don't think we'll train a horse like him again. I don't think they'll own a horse like him, so they're enjoying every minute.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done to you and the brothers. Well done.
Thank you.
Great.
Well, I'm almost in tears here just with Craig. As he said, good things happen to good people, and that was outstanding. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel on top of the world. It's I've been really fortunate to be part of this horse's journey, his development, and the only reason this horse is where he is and I'm getting interviewed now is because of this horse and the young training partnership with the Hayes boys, Ben, JD, Will. They're amazing horsemen, great people, and yeah, it's very, very special. It's really special. I'm really lucky. It's my daughter's, Alana's 21st birthday today. Our other youngest daughter's been sick all week, and it's amazing. We live in our little bubble, and look, I'm really grateful. I really enjoy this horse, his progression, and today, wow. I'd say if a jockey could ever give back his riding fee because the ride was that easy, then that was probably one of those days in a Group 1 race. So he's a real serious horse and been well managed, and even Will, the horse's strapper, he just, as soon as I ask him how the horse is, he gives me the handle, so I'm really lucky to jump on him on race day, so thank you.
Champagne all round, I'll trot that with you. Well done, so happy for you.
So I think what we're seeing is a very, very, very good horse become a great horse. That's what we're seeing in this spring. You can't win 2 Doncasters, an all-star mile, and put together the CV this horse is doing over the 1,600 metres. He is an absolute star. He's the #1 horse, I think, in the country, certainly at that middle distance mile in Australia right now. Alligator Blood was good, and the third horse I thought was very good, and Francesca Gardi, all boy. In secret, well, she looks well placed. It's going to be a cracking short. Does she pass the audition for the Everest?